Now, Superintendent Kingsley is going to share with us some remarks for the board and for the community.
Thank you, Mr. Pedersen. Good evening, everybody, members of the board, good evening. Excited to be here with all of you this evening. Kristen, I'm super excited to work with you in your new role. Congratulations. And Joni and the other remaining classified staff that are in this room. Congratulations on being celebrated, not just this week, but you deserve, along with every other employee, to be celebrated every day. Not just internally, but externally. But speaking specifically to the work that you do, in words that I heard Joni use, I'd like to affirm around loyalty, commitment, your ability to be adaptive. I think it's important to know that members of the community, these are not our highest earners in this district, but they are our backbone. And our district would shut down immediately if they chose not to come into work tomorrow. And so on behalf of this entire governance team, I want to thank you. I would also say on behalf of this governance team that we need to continue to celebrate all employees. And while I'm incredibly grateful that we had a chance to celebrate our classified employees tonight, which is well deserved, in the meeting ahead we will celebrate our school volunteers and begin to also celebrate our teachers in a meeting following that. So look forward to continue to celebrating other employee groups. And I do feel confident that on behalf of this governance team, that this isn't just about a celebration week or a day. We appreciate you every day. Sometimes those words don't come across as loud and as clear as they need to, but just incredibly gracious. I think what makes this district strong is we do this work together. And we can't ever forget that. Whether we are a teacher, an administrator, a central office employee, or a classified staff, the only way that this works for all children is for us to do this work together. The people of this district, as you all know, work incredibly hard. And I'm so grateful to be a part of it. I've had an opportunity over the last few weeks to visit some schools and had a chance recently to speak to one of our school administrators, just taking a chance to reflect on the year that we are continuing to experience. And they were vulnerable with me, which I appreciated. You know, their veteran principal looked me in the eyes and said, you know, there was a time this year that I didn't know that I was going to be able to finish this year. What made this year different is there was times when I had to engage in a conversation with the classified staff in their school or with their teachers. It wasn't always like years past where you can find common ground or you had an opportunity to de-escalate a situation. There was times this year where we had to just sit in the muck, realizing we didn't know if things were going to get better at all or ever. What I was grateful about this school leader is not just their vulnerability, but their understanding that we're starting to turn a corner, that morale is starting to improve, that we still have work and challenges ahead of us. I was in 2 schools today and we had CMAS testing, and you wouldn't know it. I've been in states and school districts where those are high stakes environments and you could feel the anxiety and the energy change the moment you walk in these buildings. But I walk in our schools and there was joy, there was leadership, there was encouragement, there was realization that while testing matters and student achievement matters, other things matter more. And I'm really proud to be a part of that. I'm also really proud that in partnership with all of you as a governance team that we continue to engage in two-way dialogue with members of our community. And we've had some really successful community engagement sessions over the last few weeks that I'm hopeful we can continue to use as a platform to build off of in the year ahead to have even more robust opportunities to engage. Hearing from many of you in a scenario where on every other Tuesday where it may seem one-sided, having an opportunity to sit across from you, to listen to you, to see the humanity that exists in our differences as well as our similarities is something that I will truly cherish and hold on to as we continue to build both decision-making and programmatic changes in our school system moving forward. We do have one final session that I want to encourage the community and members of the community. If you have not yet got plugged into one of these sessions, on April 19th at 6 p.m., we will have our final community engagement session in the year ahead. I would also say that tonight is another night. When I first got here, you know, it's one piece of feedback that I heard a little bit too often, for my own liking, is that we didn't talk enough about our core business, learning and teaching. And I'm really proud of us as a governance team that we continue to put front and center the work of our core business of learning and teaching, and tonight will be no different. Whether we're talking about the expansion of our Medicaid infrastructure, to create reimbursement programs, to expand both staffing and other support services for all students, but especially for our most vulnerable. We're going to do a deep dive this evening on our state of all things in integrated services, knowing that serving our most vulnerable students is near and dear to all people's hearts, and we need to continue to be reflective and professionally interrogate our practices to make sure that we're providing a first-class experience to all families, and where we know we can do better, we must do better. And so I look forward to having that conversation this evening with all of you. And I'm also looking forward this time of the year to begin to think on the horizon, the very near horizon, where we begin to get to celebrate our seniors. We have graduations coming up in the next month or so, and I am so excited to be engaging in celebration with our families, with our community, with you as a board, with our team. Collectively, so many people have breathed life and enthusiasm into these children for over 13 years. We've poured in over probably $100,000 of student and taxpayer dollars to ensure when they walk out of here that they not only walk out with a diploma, but they walk out with a sense of self, where they can look themselves in the mirror and say, hey, you know what, I'm enough. Because I know my family loves me, I know I have a school district that loves me, and I know if I need help, there are resources that are available to me. And I also know that I live and reside in a community that wants me to stay here. There's jobs here. There's great colleges here. There's great post-secondary options here. There's great love and appreciation for the military here. There's great respect and adherence that if you choose to go directly into the workforce, that there's honor and dignity here. And so making sure that our students have an opportunity to not just graduate, but walk with various options continues to be a main priority. And we get to celebrate that in action with all of our seniors who have been through a trying experience through the later part of their high school experience. If you could think if we had to go through that, what that would mean for us. I mean, it's just to know that they have overcome and triumphed, and we've done that as a community. It's going to be great to celebrate that. So I'm looking forward to a very successful meeting tonight. And again, I continue to celebrate what makes this community strong as its people, not just the district, but I'm just grateful to be a part of it. And thank you for the opportunity to address the community this evening.
Excellent. Definitely appreciate those remarks and your perspective as always. Thank you.